What's up guys, Mike here from Ecom Knives, and today I want to show you a couple of knives that are getting close to being finished up, and wanted to talk to you a little bit about pricing, why custom knives are so expensive. I guess first I'll show you the knives. Now you might have remembered the batch that went out to heat treat. Well, I got them back. These are still in rough grind form. See, a lot of work to be done on them. But I finished two of them. I finished one of the cleavers and one of the other type, which I have to decide on a name. Now, this first one is going to be available to my buddies on LIF, which is, for those of you that aren't familiar, it's Long Island Firearms. They have been supporting me and kind of helping me along the way since the very, very beginning, before YouTube and before all that. Great bunch of guys over there, and I've been promising them I'm going to make some knives available, and it's just been slow progress. So I'm finally getting close, and this is one of the knives that's going to be available on LIF. And as you can see, satin finish. This is CPM 154 with the Kieranite handles. Don't mind the fingerprints already. Satin flats, very aggressive grind, the swedge and everything. It's the red, white, and blue Kieranite. Now, Kieranite's one of those materials that you have to see in person to really appreciate the amount of detail that comes out when you polish them. Come on, camera, focus on the knife, not my face. There we go. I chamfered the edges and then softened up the corners. Nice and slim line. So it's not a big super chunk knife in your hand. Sometimes I like those, sometimes I don't. But I think this came out pretty good. Not perfect, not by any stretch, but pretty good. I think this is my maybe 11th or 12th knife that I've actually finished. So there's that one. And the cleaver, I had a buddy called dibs on this thing a long time ago, ever since he saw me. He was one of the guys that pushed me into making a cleaver, which in another video I said I never understood why, you know, I don't get it. But whatever, if you want it. So here's the cleaver, all finished up, same thing, satin hollow ground, CPM 154, and this one is in F10 carbon fiber. This one's a little bit fatter. Same kind of chamfering and everything. With the carbon fiber is polished. Now, one thing about carbon fiber is it likes to chip. You see what I mean? And that's why my fingers are black, by the way, from playing with this all day. You see around the screws, it likes to chip out a little bit. I'm going to try and sand that out before it heads over to him. So we got this one available to the LIF guys. This one a buddy of mine called dibs on a long time ago. And one thing I didn't realize is the jimping that I put into it was going to run into the handles. I didn't think about that, so I just went with it, and the jimping is in the handles as well. Nice medium traction, not too aggressive, it's not going to cut up your thumb or anything, and not just for show. It actually does something. These both need an edge, and this one needs a sheath still. The sheath for the cleaver, right here. As you see, I kind of followed the lines of the cleaver a little bit, except for the very edge. I had to put a rivet down here. And this is 080 Holstex. Same thing as carbon, what you call it. It's the same thing as Kydex. So, cool stuff. Alright, now on to pricing and ordering from me. I guess I'll throw that in there too. I don't have books. I don't take custom orders or anything like that. This is just a fun hobby for me, and if it goes somewhere, great. If it doesn't, oh well. Excuse me. I want to keep it enjoyable. I hate taking people's money, especially up front. If I'm going to take your money, I'm going to give you something in return. Not one of these, alright, give me a 50% deposit and then wait 2 years and then I'll get your knife. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. So I lay out all the money up front, and I make pretty much what I want. And then I put it up for sale. If you want it, great. If not, okay. I'll keep it up for sale until somebody else sees it. And if not, I still haven't made myself a knife. So I don't mind keeping one or two of these. Hasn't been the case yet. Now this morning, I broke it down into exactly what it costs. And hopefully the rain isn't too loud on this tin roof, but so I broke it down exactly what it costs to make a knife. In the spirit of transparency and honesty on this channel, I want to let you guys know, and this is partly why it's so expensive to buy a custom knife. So, typed it all out, and you can pause the video if you want to see it. This is for fixed blades. At least this is the way I do it. You see, it's a little bit here, a little bit there. It's like $32 worth of abrasives. And then you get to what it cost me to make it. So this one cost me $100 to make, start to finish, after everything is all said and done. And this one cost me about $115 because of the carbon fiber. And that's for a basic grind. Now if you're talking about a mirror polish, that's a lot more abrasives that need to go into it and a lot more time. But this, that $100, doesn't include any time. So that's no labor. That's just the actual cost of materials. Now I get this every once in a while, and I'm sure other makers get this a lot, where people say, well, that's $20 worth of steel, I'll give you 50 bucks for it. Double your money. I wish it were that simple, guys. If it were, I'd sell a ton of these. But the fact of the matter is, I think this one took me about 12 hours, and this one's right up there with it. I'm not the fastest maker in the world, but something like this with the carbon fiber, I'd put up for about $175. Okay, $175 gives me, what is that, a $65 profit? 12 hours and $65. I could work at McDonald's and make more, but this isn't about the money, like I said. Same thing with this one. This one I would put up for about $150, I'd say. That's a $50 profit, right around there. So I'm pretty much penciling myself in for $5 an hour. It's kind of an introductory price thing. I'm new, and I don't want to beat you guys over the head. If I could give this to you, and somebody supplied me materials and paid me a couple dollars an hour for time, I'd have no problem with that. But yeah, that's about it, guys. It's funny because the whole cost of materials thing, and that's what it should cost. How come nobody complains when a tattoo artist charges you $400 when they're using $10 worth of ink? You're not really paying for the ink. That's the small part. You're paying for the man's skill, or the woman, or whoever. You know, it is what it is, though. But either way, guys, I'm excited to have finished 2 cool new knives. Hopefully they'll have a new home very soon. Alright guys, this is Mike here from Ecom Knives, and I'll catch you on the next video.